Hey guys, welcome to BMW Vlog YouTube channel and welcome to Amelia Island. I have right here with me the key of this car. This is a 2024 BMW X5M competition facelift. It's a mouthful, I know, but the reason why it's called a competition right now, because there is only a single model in the lineup, so they don't have the base X5M. So clearly you gotta say the whole name so people know that there is only one model, the X5M competition. Clearly it's a facelift, so we've talked about the BMW X6M facelift, some of the changes from that car that are also part of the X5M package. So let's start maybe with the engine. Brand new engine, S68, still a 4.4 liter, just like in the BMW X6M, and of course, just like that car, it also gets the 48 volt mild hybrid system. Because of that, the car has a little bit more power, 617 horsepower, and it goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 3.8, 3.9 seconds, somewhere around that. I mentioned the 48 volt hybrid system, and it's worth talking about it a little bit because it does a few things to the car. One, it adds a little bit more weight, so because of that, they had to adjust some of the settings in the car, the suspension, the dampers, even the chassis settings, and so on and so forth. Of course, it also gets a brand new transmission because now it's part of the whole package of the 48 volt system. And what that system does for you, really, it actually helps you reduce the turbo lag, the engine is more responsive, and of course it helps with auto start and stop and all of that. But more on that when we drive the car and we can tell you what it feels like compared to the previous generation. So let's dive right into the design. Same headlights as you've seen on the BMW X6. It's got an interesting shape inside. You can see kind of like a triangle inverted a little bit. They look quite good at nighttime. Of course, it comes with black accents inside. That's typical to the M cars because they come with this extended shadow line by default. Kidney grille has changed quite a bit, more of a shark nose, and of course you are getting this motorsport inspired horizontal slats. So something that some of you complain about, but I believe they look really good on the car. The one thing that people complain about, it's really this black piece right here. So you've seen it on the pre-facelift. It was a single piece, same color. Right now you have two colors. So you got like a black piano, very shiny, and then you got this really matte finish right here. So what's the reason for this particular piece right there being all shiny? I asked one of the designers and I was told that basically they wanted to emphasize the luxurious angle of the car. So that's the reason why they chose this shiny piece of black plastic, because they believe that that particular color just gives more luxury aspect to the car. Of course, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of aftermarket companies that will probably try to replace this, either on the same color as that or something else, but for now, this is the stock car. The front fascia has actually changed quite a bit as well, so you can see the same style of slats, horizontal running across. Of course, that whole area has been redesigned, the air intake, and of course, if we're talking about redesign as well, we got to talk about the air curtains. Of course, functional, but redesigned completely different than what you see on the pre-facelift model. So from the front, those are kind of the main changes. Of course, Isle of Man green, beautiful color. It kind of fits the profile of the car even better than on the M3 and M4. I'm actually happy that BMW decided to position the car with this particular color. Now, let's go to the side and we can talk more about the design, and we're gonna go in the back and see if anything has changed. Let's go take a look. Just like the BMW X6M facelift, this one has not changed from the side, so there is not much to talk about. Clearly, you can get an option of different wheel sizes and tires. Michelin PS4S, of course, on this one. You're still getting the M badge right there, X5M, non-functional, same as the X6M, no need to mention that. They're not carbon fiber, just shiny black mirror caps, still M mirrors, of course. Side view kind of the same. Of course, it does look really good with the Isle of Man green color. You can see those really nice shades of green kind of flowing around the car based on the light, which is quite nice. Massive brakes, of course, compared to the X6M, we're seeing this one with the black calipers. I believe you have the option of black, blue, and red. And if we go to the back, I can tell you a little bit more about the car because things have changed. So this interesting new shape, they call this an X shape because they say if you look from the back, you're gonna see the X together. I guess I see it, but nonetheless, I do like this design quite a bit. It's kind of split into very 3D shaped, really nice sculpted piece inside there. And as I've said in the previous video, it looks really good at nighttime. And of course, they wrap around the car like you expect on a BMW, kind of that L shape, just a little bit different than usual. Graphics inside have changed a little bit too, there and there. I think they're kind of similar than other BMWs as well, like the X3 and maybe even the X7. It's always nice to see those little changes and little details for the car. The diffuser, I don't think there are any changes really, no major changes from what I can tell and from what I recall. Of course, you're still getting the quad pipes. I believe they're 100 millimeters in size, and of course 4 of them. And naturally, X5M competition badge blacked out. And of course you got this roof spoiler, always nice to see on the X5M. So really, that's about it from the back. Of course, if we go inside the car, I can tell you more about the changes there, because just like the X6M, there are quite a few. So let's go take a look. All right, so this might sound like a repeat to some of you, but essentially they're the same cars inside. Nonetheless, in case you haven't seen the other videos, I do need to tell you more about the car. So let's start with the center console. One thing that I truly like in this car is the fact that they haven't changed anything right here. So you're still getting this nice beefy gear shifter. I was hoping that we're not gonna see the rocker switcher, and we haven't, so that's good. Of course, iDrive knob still there. As long as they keep that there, I'm quite happy. Biggest change, clearly the large curved display. Once again, 2 screens connected together, curved, really high quality. Nonetheless, I'm not a fan, mostly because of the iDrive 8 removing the physical buttons. Once again, I've been saying that over and over in every single video. You can use the voice commands to control it, of course. You can use touch controls and so on and so forth. I do like the implementation of it as far as the software. It's really high quality software, customizable, and of course the screen is really beautiful. But I do hate the fact that you're losing the physical buttons here, and I have to perform some of the functions through the screen. Nonetheless, some of you might like it, might not be an issue to you, and that's absolutely fine. Of course, one of the reasons for them to remove those physical buttons and switches, it's really to keep it a lot simpler here, like simpler shapes, cleaner, and of course they achieve that. The integration of the vents within the dashboard, it's actually really nice, honestly. And I do like this plastic they used here, kind of 3D shape. Kind of reminds me of the roof liner inside the BMW XM. Ambient light, of course, but now it's got the M badge right there. Not bad, actually, looks quite cool. Carbon fiber all around. It's an expensive car, it's an M car, so you gotta get that carbon fiber in there. You can see it right here, high quality, no issues there. Shift paddle is probably one of my favorite things in the car. They're not only made of carbon fiber, but they're quite big and quite easy to use. I had a chance to use them previously in other BMWs, so I'm happy to see them in here. M Sport steering wheel, once again, M stitching, exactly what you expect to see in the car. Beefy steering, M1 and M2 red buttons, no changes there as well. Of course, the car comes with specific M graphics, and I can show you that in the B-roll, and they're specific to M cars, and they're actually really nice. Of course, head-up display, you need that in a car of 2023 or 2024, where technology takes stage inside the car. The seats, M Sport seats, really nice side bolsters. Of course, this is all black, so a single tone leather, basically high quality, perforated. You can see the double white stitching, which goes really well against the black. Illuminated X5M logo. It's not on right now, but you get the idea there. Other than that, really no changes in the front. I guess I can show you one more thing. I am 6'2" tall, 1.9 meters tall almost, and let me position my chair, the normal driving position, and that way if I go to the back seat, I can show you how much space I have. Of course, I expect to have quite a lot of space compared to the, let's say an X3M or smaller cars. So let's go take a look. All right, so once again, same story as with the other cars. I'm gonna repeat myself maybe a little bit, but let's start with the bench. You can see it's angled a little bit, so because of that, you're getting a lot of headroom right here. Of course, the seating position is quite comfortable. Speaking of the top, you can see the panoramic roof running across. It's got some really nice light integration in there. I can show you right now because it's during the day, but you get the idea as well. Of course, Alcantara all around the headliner, and of course the pillars looks really nice, of high quality. Now, speaking of side room, plenty. So this, so the doors are kind of sculpted in a little bit, same as the other cars, no surprise there. And of course, you do have a lot more room in the rear bench compared to the X6M, from what I can tell. So you can probably fit 3 people quite comfortably in here. USB-C ports all around. It's a luxury or a necessity today in the car. So essentially BMW decided to offer as many as possible. You have 1, 2, and I guess 2 on the bottom, 4. So if you travel with kids, you can recharge all of your devices. Same leather here, perforated, nice to touch, high quality. I've showed you before, the nice touch, and the seat belt, of course, with the M, and so on and so forth. So this is the BMW X5M competition. As I said, there is only one model offered, and essentially comes not only with a redesign of the car, but also with a brand new engine. It's the same engine from the BMW XM. It's the one that's going to go into the new BMW M5 sedan and also BMW M5 Touring wagon, however you want to call it. So this engine will be around for quite some time. I had a chance to drive that engine in different cars, and I can tell it is quite good. And I'm expecting to be very impressive to drive in this one and also in the X6M facelift. So that's it for now. Please let me know if you prefer the X5M or the X6M, and if you do, why. And as always, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for a lot more coming up. Thank you for watching.